Just imagine this for a moment. There's a player who arrived in England with big dreams. He wasn't a wonder kid, not someone who had been in the spotlight since childhood. His name was barely mentioned at the highest level. But like many players, he had one simple hope, that one day he could prove himself. Then the opportunity came. He was signed to the most competitive league in the world, a place where, if you succeed, your name can skyrocket instantly. But reality doesn't always follow that script. Because when he finally got his chance, he failed. Not just an ordinary failure, but one so deep that his name slowly faded from the radar. Loaned out here and there, playing without much impact, and over time, more and more people stopped paying attention to him. At that point, almost everyone would think the same thing. His career was over. But that's exactly where this story truly begins. Because a few years later, this player transformed into something completely different. A striker who was not only clinical, but also strong, fast, and almost impossible to stop. His name is Viktor Gyökeres. Early career. Gyökeres was born in Sweden and began his professional career with Brommapojkarna. Between 2015 and 2017, he started getting minutes in the first team and gradually showed his potential. Under coach Stefan Billborn, he developed as a young striker with strong physical attributes and promising goal-scoring instincts. But at this stage, he didn't look like a future superstar. He wasn't a wonder kid, not someone who immediately stood out. His development looked normal, not bad, but not enough to separate him from other young players. And maybe that's exactly why not many people truly noticed him. Failure and almost forgotten. In 2018, he moved to England and joined Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League, then managed by Chris Hughton, later Graham Potter. This should have been a major breakthrough, but the opposite happened. He struggled to adapt, had limited playing time, and failed to make the most of his opportunities. Slowly, he lost his place in the team. He was then sent out on multiple loan spells. In 2019, he moved to Germany to play for FC St. Pauli under coach Jos Luhukay. Then, from 2020 to 2021, he returned to England on loan at Swansea City, managed by Steve Cooper. The goal was clear, to gain minutes and rebuild his confidence. But the result was the same. He played, but without significant impact. He wasn't bad, but not outstanding either. And in football, that often means one thing: being forgotten. At this point, many players stopped developing, and Gyökeres almost became one of them. The turning point. The big change came in 2021 when he joined Coventry City in the EFL Championship, England. Not a big club, not a team under heavy spotlight, but this is where everything started to change. The Championship is one level below the Premier League, but it's known to be far more physical and demanding. A packed schedule, intense duels, and constant pressure make it a league often described as a player's proving ground. And maybe that's exactly what Gyökeres needed. Under coach Mark Robins, he finally found something he had been missing: trust. For the first time in his career in England, he wasn't just a squad player, he became the main man. He was given space, responsibility, and full trust as the team's leading striker. And from there, everything changed. He started scoring goals, then more goals, and more. His playing style transformed dramatically. He became more aggressive, more confident, and more fearless, as if all the hidden potential he had been carrying finally came out. And at that point, one thing became clear. This was no longer a player who almost failed. This was a player who had finally found himself. Sporting CP and the iconic celebration. The peak came in 2023 when he moved to Sporting CP in Portugal under coach Ruben Amorim. This is where everything truly clicked. Gyökeres was no longer a player seeking recognition. He had become a dominant force. He scored in almost every game, not by chance, but because he was genuinely difficult to stop. He could win physical duels, run past defenders, and score from various situations. And the most incredible part, he did it consistently, at a high level, against big teams. But there was one thing that made him even more unique: his celebration. Every time he scored, he crossed his fingers in front of his mouth, like forming a mask. At first, it looked simple. Some even thought it referenced a dark figure like Hannibal Lecter. But then he explained it. "Nobody cared until I put on the mask." A quote from Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. And from that moment, everything made sense. This wasn't just a celebration, it was a symbol of transformation, a symbol of power, a symbol of a new identity. Like Bane, he wasn't someone people noticed at first. He built himself until the world had no choice but to see him. And since then, Gyökeres is no longer just a player. He's a villain on the pitch. Arsenal and the Sweden national team. That journey eventually brought him back to England. In 2025, he joined Arsenal under coach Mikel Arteta. But this time, the story was different. He didn't arrive as someone trying to prove himself. He came as an elite striker, and gradually he started to show his impact. This season, he has become a key part of Arsenal's attack, helping the team perform consistently and compete at the top, even leading the table. From a player who once failed in England, now he has returned and is dominating. On the international level, the story is just as big. With the Sweden national team, he became a key figure in their journey to the 2026 World Cup. In crucial moments, he scored important goals, made the difference, and in the decisive match, he scored the goal that secured Sweden's qualification. From a player who almost failed to a national hero. If we look at his career as a whole, this is not a story of instant success. This is not about extraordinary talent from the beginning. This is a story about time, about patience, about someone who never stopped, even when all signs suggested he should give up. And in the end, the world had no choice but to notice him. Viktor Gyökeres is not just a striker. He is proof that a journey that almost failed can still become something great. Now, the question is simple. Do you think Gyökeres will continue to improve and become one of the best strikers in the world? Or is his performance just a temporary phase? Write your opinion in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, because there are still many incredible stories that we haven't explored yet.